Hello everyone, this is Jake from Down the Weeaboo Hole, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. Chapter 984 of One Piece was just released, and oh boy, we got ourselves a great reveal. We finally get a nice look at Yamato's face, and I don't think anyone was ready for what was about to be revealed. But before we get to Yamato, let's discuss the rest of the chapter. The cover story this week has Pound revealing that he's Chiffon's and Lola's father, and I still hate this. As I stated in a previous chapter review, I think this cover story ruins the truly tragic and beautiful sacrifice Pound endured in the Whole Cake Island arc. I was hoping he died and everyone would be oblivious to his existence. I'm curious to know what you all think about Pound being alive and being reunited with his daughters, so let me know in the comments below. The chapter begins with their beloved Ulti in page 1, and they seem to be recovering fine from Yamato's and Luffy's attacks. It was pretty obvious that these two still have a lot to do in this arc, and I feel like Oda is just having a blast writing for both of these characters. You can just feel the energy Oda has for writing Ulti's character, and I think that's why a lot of people are drawn to her. And page 1 just works so well because he's the complete opposite of Ulti's personality, which just makes for such fantastic interactions between the two. Ulti compares Yamato's and Kaido's attacks, and this leads me to believe that Ulti probably took on one of Kaido's attacks before joining his crew. I don't see Ulti joining Kaido willingly, so it makes sense the two would have fought before. Page 1 goes after Luffy and Yamato and leaves Ulti behind, but he loses both of them. I think Oda has used the last few chapters to set up Ulti in page 1 for some future fights. I don't see Luffy or Yamato fighting either of them down the line, especially since Oda had them escape from the siblings. I think Oda would have had Luffy defeat both Ulti and page 1 right now if Luffy was supposed to defeat them. I still think Nami is going to fight Ulti, and I'm hoping Sanji has a rematch with page 1. We then proceed to Momonosuke's execution, and Orochi is discussing the prophecy foretold by Toki, and the Beast Pirates think he's full of it. We then see that Jinbei and Robin are at the execution, and damn Oda! Beast Pirate Robin is a blessing on humanity. I love her Beast Pirate act so much. We then see Law and some of the Red Scabbards finally make their way to Onigashima, and we have a touching reunion with Aizo and Kiku. Nekomamushi and Marco are also in attendance, and I can't wait to see what kind of damage this team is going to enact on Kaido and Orochi. We then proceed back to the execution, and Kaido is about to make his big announcement. I'm very happy Kaido is finally being a bit more proactive. He feels like a background character compared to Orochi, so I'm hoping this announcement will help bring him forward as a true threat. I can already feel the weight of Kaido's announcement just by how he and the Three Calamities are just so threatening compared to Orochi in stature and design. I don't know what his announcement is going to be. Maybe he's planning on leaving Wano with Big Mom, and they're going to start going after the world government, or possibly Blackbeard. I don't see him betraying Orochi since they've been in cahoots for 20 years. And then the chapter ends with Luffy finding out that Kaido's son is actually Kaido's daughter? It turns out Yamato watched Oden's death and inherited his will to open up Wano to the rest of the world. We also learned that she knows Ace, which I'm very excited about. I always felt like Ace didn't have a big enough impact on the story. Besides his death and flashback with Luffy, we don't get much of him, and I feel like this is the best opportunity to flesh him out a lot more. I want to see Ace's adventures in Wano, and I'm hoping we get some flashback chapters, or at least some panels. In terms of Yamato being a girl, I like it. She reminds me of how Kiku displays themselves as a girl, and I really like how gender has been played with in this arc. Yamato has already displayed that she is quite powerful, and I'm hoping we get to see more of her strength in the chapters to come. We could always use more powerful females in One Piece. I also created the Sanji One Piece girl scale. If I was going to rate Yamato on first impressions, I would place her in the Sanji nosebleed section. I really love her design, but I'd like to get to know her character a lot more before placing her higher on the list. Let me know where you would place her on the Sanji scale in the comments. So this chapter was really good. We got a great reveal and a bunch of characters are moving into their positions. I'm starting to feel the intensity of the raid, and I get really excited to read the chapter every week. But what did you think of this week's chapter? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord if you want to talk about anime. Links in the description. Take care, everyone.